Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Mansoor and Eva Marie is coming back.
What up, Marks?
As Monday Night Raw, you know what time? Let's get into our review. It's Monday night. Monday Night Raw just finished up. Let's jump into our review. Monday Night Raw started off with like a WWE.com exclusive. Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre beefing with each other the past 3 consecutive weeks. They're doing a coin toss to see who Bobby Lashley will face this night. Why? I don't know. They're going to have a triple threat match anyways, but they're going to flip the coin. They flip the coin. It's Braun Strowman. That's the main event. Then we have the returning AJ Styles and Omos in the ring, who we haven't seen in 3 weeks since they won at Wrestlemania. They are back and in business. They're cutting a promo in there. Obviously, this man is a Grand Slam champion. AJ Styles is Omos, one match of his career, already a tag team champion. They get interrupted by the New Day. Cut the promo. That's the match. New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos for those Raw tag team titles. It's pretty much just like the Mania match that happened. AJ gets his ass beat. He delivers most of the match. Big spots by Omos. Even though Omos started the match, he's beating these guys down. He's unstoppable. And I want to talk about one thing. And then Verk decided to say and ask the question is, where does Omos rank in most dominant WWE champions in WWE history? I mean, that's a ridiculous thing for this man to say. The man's had one match and he's asking that question. And Corey Graves responded very, very well. It was like, I don't know. He just started. How am I supposed to answer that? So it's like, it's a ridiculous question by Adnan, but still bad stuff from Adnan continuing on to this day, four weeks in. These guys are back. They win the match. Omos dominant.
Styles perched on the shoulders of the phenomenal forearm. AJ Styles.
Pretty much all there is to talk about there.
Yeah, I mean, Omos did what he had to do. His promos were funny. He was come on, guys, and come in, face me. I don't know, it was kind of weird, whatever. Adnan, what the hell was that, bro? Like, come on, he's had one match. It's the second match. He's been gone for 3 weeks, but he hasn't even done anything. Like, come on, dude. It was what it was. I'm guessing this will be the Backlash match, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it probably will be unless there's another team that comes up, because there are some teams out there, right? So they have the Viking Raiders are back. You have RKBro, who's turning into an official tag team. You have Elias and Jackson Riker. You had Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, but that's kind of like a done deal now. But we'll get to that later on. But that's the way the show started. Then we come over to Charlotte Flair coming out. She's having a match against Dana Brooke. She's having this beef with Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Match went a little longer than I thought it was gonna be. But whatever, it's fine. She wins by submission, Charlotte does, and then she refuses to let go. Here comes Mandy, kicks her, knees her in the face. Then Sonya Deville makes her entrance. They cut the commercial to come back. Sonya Deville's in there, and she's allowing Charlotte Flair to make a plea, like a deal. So she says that I need to be put into the triple threat match, or I need to make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash because she deserves it. Spots were taken from her, shots were taken from her, all that stuff like that. Sonya Deville obliges. She says yes, it's a triple threat match. The men have it, so the women. Then here comes Rhea, Asuka. The beef ensues. A little bit of a brawl. Asuka stands tall in the end. We knew this was going to happen. We knew it was going to be a triple threat. That's what we're getting, a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash. Adam Pearce not so happy with this outcome though.
No, because now Sonya Deville, she announced that she has the same power as Adam Pearce. Like, they're equals. So I guess she can do whatever she wants. A little interesting moment. I mean, the match was what it was. We know what's kind of what it was gonna, where it was all coming to. It's not that much of a surprise. It's just, this is where it's going, and it's, just it is what it is. Backlash just feels more of like just a stopgap to the next pay-per-view, just kind of to especially with the almost a month and a half of waiting for another event. It's a lot of waiting, a lot of storytelling.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, so all right, so the next thing on the show is get to it. I talked about in the open. Eva Marie is back. She cuts the vignette. She's there with a Ferrari. She's standing next to it, talking about God knows whatever. I don't know. She's talking about something.
But part of that is giving back. Now I have your attention.
Talking about how she's gone out, done her own thing, and she wants to come back and give back. So now she's calling it an evolution coming soon. So I mean, she's back. She had a lot of heat when she was there before. So I guess it's good. I don't know how she'll come back and she'll be the same character. What I would like for them to go back to that character where she came out and she had the narrator narrating the whole thing. I thought it was a solid, smart, funny thing for it to happen. But she's coming back.
And she never had a match. It was always something with a wardrobe malfunction. That was fun. We never saw the end of that. She basically left after a month of doing that. So it was interesting to see. I feel like they could have just had Carmella come back. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows? But whatever. They're having the match. I mean, they have this, so we'll see what happens. I mean, if you want to follow her on Instagram, Eva Marie, she's in tremendous physical condition right now.
Yeah.
So who knows what kind of gimmick they may go with. This may be their answer to Jade Cargill. I mean, who the hell knows? But we'll see what happens. I mean, we don't know when she's officially coming back and how many vignettes she'll probably end up cutting and going forward. It didn't make a ton of sense, the vignettes, but it's good to see her back. She had a lot of heat and people hated seeing her, so it's pretty funny, Abby, to be honest with you. But next thing on the show was the Miz coming out first and then John Morrison coming out second, but John Morrison's the one's having the match. He's supposed to take on Damian Priest. They got a promo in the ring and Miz keeps cutting off John Morrison, planting the seeds of the eventual breakup that we've been waiting for forever. John Morrison got to do his own thing and hopefully get pushed as a nice single star by himself. So then the match happens, him, Damian Priest, and kind of because of the Miz, he cost the match for John Morrison, and Damian Priest gets the win. So it looks like maybe we'll get Miz versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania Backlash type of one-on-one. It's the only thing I can really think of anyways.
Yeah, maybe that's where John Morrison and the Miz break up. Maybe John Morrison comes and screws the Miz. Maybe they have a feud after that. I mean, we all want to see the Morrison in more, just interesting feuds. And this tag team has run its course, like the Jokies and the Miz TV. It's like we're over it. Let's move on. Let's break them up. Damian Priest. Still, he's in the picture. They're doing a pretty good job of booking him. He's interesting enough. Hope they continue to book him correctly. And this is something. It's a pretty decent start.
It is a pretty decent start. Next thing on the show was Lucha House Party taking on Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. The match was already started when it came back from commercial. I thought it was pretty interesting that they did that. In the end, Metalik and Alyssa Dorado get the win, and Cedric Alexander was irate about this. Now, I don't know. The beef between these two guys has been teased for like a while, even when they were in the Hurt Business, right? Now it's basically them losing to Lucha House Party, which kind of is disparaging to Lucha House Party. It makes them seem like well, obviously that they are, but the appearance, the perception of them being lesser than, right? So they're like a garbage tag team, nobody cares about, whatever. Yeah. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and Cedric pretty much kicks Shelton to the side, and the breakup is there. It's done. It'll probably be going to a singles feud, them against each other, because Shelton Benjamin cut a promo afterwards in the back with Caleb Braxton, talking about how, he's his own man, makes his own decision. I'm the one that saw potential in him. I'm the one that was teaching him. He doesn't want to team with me. Fine. So we may see these guys go at each other in the future in a singles capacity.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be more interesting if they were just still in the Hurt Business. This kind of felt like, we cut them out of the Hurt Business and we really don't have anything for them and we kind of screwed up, so let's just break them up. And I think they're more interesting together than they are, facing each other, to me anyway, in my opinion. It was a mistake to break them from the Hurt Business, especially if they had no plan, they had no storyline, they had no course for them. What was the point?
It really made no sense. I mean, it was a solid promo from Shelton, and a solid promo from Cedric Alexander after the match.
But it's not anything you really want to see. They would have been better in the Hurt Business. Just continue that group. Yeah,
as a tag team, better off in the Hurt Business. Would have been a better run. Nice little faction and a factionless, basically the main roster where they kind of need at least one or two. Not AEW enough like the amount of AEW does, but having at least one or two would be nice to get more guys opportunities. Next thing on the show, a random match: Drew Gulak versus Angel Garza, all about a rose. Garza wins and then sticks the rose.
His butt.
Not up his butt, but like on his ass, right? So he got Gulak's pants, and just sticks it in there, and that was pretty much it. He didn't linger. I mean, I give him that. He didn't really linger too much when he did it. It was real quick. So that's pretty much it. I don't know what the hell the point of this was, but whatever.
It was a fill time, bud. It's fill time.
Pretty much it. All right, so let's cut to the what happens backstage. So earlier in the night, after the New Day lost their match against Omos and AJ Styles, you have Riker and Elias who have a beef right now currently with the New Day. They're going to throw tomatoes at them as they're getting attended to by medical staff. As like the doctor walks away, they're revving up to throw these tomatoes, and when they throw them, they accidentally hit Randy Orton. And then, here comes Riddle, just drives right past them. So they talk more in the backstage, and then they agree to have another match because they won last week. They're having another match here. So it's RKBro versus Elias and Jackson Riker. And solid little matchup here. RKBro gets the win. It seems like they're becoming a full-on tag team, and it was just cool. I mean, I like it. Randy, it fits well for him to be with a kind of like a goof like Riddle. This may be the turning point that maybe Riddle begins to act a little bit more serious and then try to change the character up a little bit. Maybe that this causes that, and we could get a lot of like little fun things between the two of them.
Yeah, they have really good chemistry. Like this is like 3 weeks of them just kind of like their backstage stuff is entertaining. It's fun. It's definitely like, you know, it's got my attention. And yeah, you know, it's always good to have the super serious guy like Randy with like the big stoner bro over there. That's always like a funny thing that always works. Yep. And like, you know, we'll see them build and, you know, just let them kind of do their thing and don't really have too many expectations. Just kind of have fun with it. And that's basically where it needs to be. And I think Randy can put anything over. And if he helps Riddle become a star, then great call, guys. You really did it. So, you know, let's take it week by week. It's funny. You know, it's been funny so far. So let's continue to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So it was solid stuff. We'll see how it goes going forward. Next thing on the show, well, we saw earlier a new signee to Monday Night Raw. I had the picture up in the beginning of the video. I'm putting it back up. Mansoor is now part of Monday Night Raw. He gets, you know, confronted by Sheamus, challenges him to a match part of the U.S. Open after, you know, Sheamus beat up Humberto Carrillo in the backstage, so Humberto was kind of out, so Mansoor takes his place. And you see the picture behind us, Mansoor, welcome to Monday Night Raw. You got your ass beat, but you pay your dues. You're gonna pay your dues on the main roster. That's what you're gonna do. Shout out to Mansoor for making the main roster. He's there, good for him. And during the match, you know, obviously he beats him. He beats Mansoor, and then, you know, here comes Humberto Carrillo to kind of just jump in. Boom, they start fighting, and that was pretty much the end of it. So that's all there was to it. I mean, it's interesting that Carrillo and Sheamus are like the feud now for the U.S. title, but yeah. I mean, it's somebody different, so that's good. You know, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of this U.S. title is to build stars, and hopefully Sheamus being like the vet and doesn't really need to be, you know, he is what he is, and if he can bring guys up with this U.S. Open stuff, then that's the job. So hopefully they get that done. Mansoor, definitely interesting first match, and he got his ass beat like he should have, and good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, that's the way it works. He's part of it. They throw him in there. He's part of Raw now. He gets his ass beat. But it's part of a bigger story, which is Humberto versus Sheamus. So shout out to Mansoor there. Next thing on the show was again Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax versus Naomi and Lana. It was for the women's tag titles. Yeah, this sucks, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing these like same matches over and over again. They're not good. In the end, Reginald distracted the ref because Lana had Shayna Baszler pretty much beat. They should have dropped the titles, and they caused a distraction. She puts the sleeper on Lana, makes her tap out, and then they hold on to the titles. So I'm assuming multiple tag teams in a match for WrestleMania Backlash. Hopefully these titles just get taken off of Jackson.
Yeah, like, oh my god, and like Lana and Nia, it's been like feels like years of them just feuding every Raw. It's like, God, enough. We had the tables thing. Now this with this new with the Glow team. It's just like enough. Change it. Do something else. Anything else.
Yeah, they got to stop already. But yeah. So next thing on the show was that main event. Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman. You've seen these guys fight before, like over a year ago. So they had, or more than a year ago. So they had good battles then. This was a solid battle between the two of these guys, two big monsters going at each other. We had McIntyre on the outside. He would inadvertently get knocked out or knocked down by Braun Strowman, and that would cause the distraction as he would argue back and forth. He would get in the ring, Braun, and get speared and lose to Lashley. Then here comes McIntyre in, and he finished both guys off with Claymore. So
another Claymore! Could this be a preview? Could this be what we see at WrestleMania?
It's more setup, but then we get, next week is Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre now. What the hell's the point? I don't know why they have to, like, it's a triple threat. Why go from, like, guy to guy and just have them face each other? It makes no sense.
And, like, it takes away from the actual triple threat because you've already seen all these guys in action so much. Like, who cares anymore? And was just me or was MVP, like, had, like, 18 promos, or was this just my TV kept restarting?
Yeah, he did.
I was like, well, every 2 minutes he was on TV. What the hell was that? But this is just lazy booking of, we have a triple threat match. Let's just have, combinations of the matches until we get there. It's like, just do something else. Yeah. Be a little more creative. Something to get us enticed, enthralled, making me want to sit there and watch this match. It's like you're already giving me the match, basically. You ended the match with all three guys in the ring, so what are you doing? It's not fun. It's not exciting. Again, this is just a stopgap pay-per-view. Sometimes I feel like you don't need all these pay-per-views, or don't just have matches. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I would say go from the 12, 13, or whatever they have now to about like 7 or 8 of them. That'd probably be a good solid spot.
Yeah, it's just like And then like it will make the Raws and SmackDowns feel a little more special, where you can have like kind of how NXT does it, where they'll have like a random special show,
yeah,
and it feels more important. I think they should have that stuff. There's no need for this, especially in the era now where people aren't buying pay-per-views. It's on the Peacock. That's my rant. I'm done. Just stop with all the pay-per-views.
Yeah, stop with all the pay-per-views. There's too many. But guys, that's Monday Night Raw. That's a review. That's the way the show ended. I guess out of the last 4 since WrestleMania is probably the better one of the 4. Who the hell knows? Let us know in the comment section which one did you like out of the 4 post WrestleMania Raws. Which one did you actually tolerate whatsoever? We had the Alexa Bliss stuff. Not much to talk about there. But yeah, that's a review. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Helps out the YouTube algorithm. Hit the chair in the corner before it hits you first to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. If it doesn't work for you, bro, do not do the job.
Later, Marks.